A primary key is something that uniquely identifies a row in a table. So let's say we have a table called demo, and let's say our table has two columns, username and email. What many developers do as well, they have something called an ID that uniquely identifies rows. Those ID columns are usually integers, and they are usually automatically incrementing primary keys. Those two values, those two attributes, usually come together when you're using MariaDB or MySQL, because a primary key is something that uniquely identifies a row, and auto-increment allows the column values to increment automatically. So this means that whenever we insert a value into this column, it will automatically increment, even if we insert null into it. We can also insert integers manually, but it's not advisable to do so because it's tedious. So let's create a table like so. Now we have a table called demo. If we inspect the structure, we will see that the ID column has a primary key on it. So now, whenever we insert data, you can see here that we have extra auto increment. That's not without a reason. Whenever we insert any data into this table, insert into demo, I'm not going to specify all of the columns because we are going to be inserting values into all of them. So I'm going to say values, null, username, and then email address. What this will do is it will insert a null value as an ID, a username as a username, and an email at demo.com as an email. Since our ID column is a primary key, that null value will be turned into 1, this null value will be turned into 2, this null value will be turned into 3, and so on and so forth. As I said, we can also specify values manually as long as they're integers. So this will be 4, this will be 5. If we specify anything less than that, we will get an error. I will demonstrate this. You can see here we have 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, and 5 rows. You can see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we insert anything less than 6 now, we'll get an error, since we already have 5 automatically incrementing integers. If we insert anything less than 6, we're going to get an error with MySQL saying duplicate entry 4 for key demo primary. This means that a value of 4 already exists. So a primary key is something that uniquely identifies rows. So you have one unique identifier, second unique identifier, third unique identifier, and so on and so forth. Every row must have a unique identifier and it must be an integer. If we insert null values into it, null values will be turned into integers. But we cannot insert anything less than 6, because 5 is already occupied. So these are primary keys in MySQL and MariaDB.